Okay, so equivalent ratios. The key to these questions are to keep the ratio in the same proportion. So, what is the ratio of white beads to black beads? And the question says in its simplest form. So, white to black, that's the order of the question. Then just count away. So I can see 4 white beads and 6 black beads, but the question asks for it in its simplest form. So we need to simplify this down to make it smaller. Remember, don't take it to decimals. I want to keep it so it's in a whole number format, so an integer. So 4 and 6 should shout out, we're both even, half me. So dividing both numbers by 2, half of 4 is 2 and half of 6 is 3. So for every 2 white, there are 3 black. That would be your answer to the question, 2 to 3. If we now look at the question, you can actually see where the simplified format comes from in that part there. So for every 2 white, there are 3 black, and then the pattern repeats. So that's the visual. It won't always be there, but that is the math for the question. Okay, so how many white beads would need to go with 24 black beads? So now we're going to have to use the ratio to help us. So I'm going to use the ratio 2 to 3. So white to black, and for every 2 white there are 3 black. The question is asking how many white beads, so the white is where I'm going to put like the box for like the question mark. How many white beads would there need to go with 24 black? So underneath the black I'm going to pop 24. So I need to work out how I can scale up the 3 black to in fact be 24. So what would I need to multiply 3 by to get to 24? 3 times by something gets me 24. If it's a calculator paper, I can quickly grab the calculator, use the inverse operation to work out the question mark. Rather than timesing by 3, the inverse would be to divide by 3. So 24 divided by 3, the question mark is 8. 3 times 8 is definitely 24. Now I know what I'm multiplying by to scale it up. I'd need to keep it in proportion, so I need to times the other side by 8 as well. That's the equivalent ratios, and that would give me 16. So I would need 16 white for 24 black. Now, if I think about that logically as well, there needs to be less black than white, so it is a sensible answer as well. Now, on to the final part of the question then. It says the necklace uses 75 beads altogether. So this time it's not telling us how many white or how many black, it's just saying there are 75 beads altogether. And how many of these are black? So we've got the ratio white to black, and it's still 2 to 3. And we want to work out how many are black. It's not telling us how many white there are, so although this is the one I'm really looking at, I'll double box it. I don't know how many white there are. All I know is that when I add these two together, I get 75. So currently, 2 to 3 only gives me 5 beads. I want 75 beads. So if I can work out how to get from the 5 beads in the ratio 2 to 3 up to 75, I can use this ratio to work out the 2 parts of the question. So 5 times something equals 75. In order to do this, I would need to work out what that question mark is. So the question mark would be 75 divided by 5, which is going to give me 15. So I would need to get 15 more lots to get to 75, and I would need to times all parts of the ratio by 15. 2 15s make 30, 3 15s make 45, and they add together to make that 75. So if we think about it, it's a logical answer. They add back together to make 75, and the question answer, how many are black, the answer to that question is 45. Now, this isn't the only way you can do this question. You could also do it using a pizza picture. So 2 to 3 would mean we'd need 5 parts. So this is that 5 there. 2 to 3, for every 2 white, there are 3 black. And we knew the necklace needed 75. So we'd share that between the 5, which is where the 15 came from. Then you can see from the pizza picture, we just want the black. We just need to focus on the black sections, which is the 3 pieces, 15, 30 and 45. So there are multiple ways you can do the question. It's up to you. But remember, if it's on a calculator paper, use your calculator.